Welcome to another video on IT sector, and today we'll cover Tech Mahindra stock for long-term investing. Our today's goal is to know what is the business of Tech Mahindra, what is the COVID-19 strategy, what is the shareholding pattern, and how are the financials of the company. Let's start. Tech Mahindra was a joint venture between Tech Mahindra and British Telecom, and it started in 1986. After the 2007 Satyam scandal, Tech Mahindra acquired 46% of share in Satyam Computers and then had a merger and acquisition in 2012 with Satyam. Anand Mahindra is the founder and chairman of Tech Mahindra. Let's look at the business. The IT sector. IT sector is divided into two major subparts. One is product based companies and other are service based companies. Microsoft, Apple are product based companies. Infosys, Tech Mahindra, TCS are IT services companies. To know more about their advantage and details about these two subparts, product and service based companies, you can check out our Infosys video. Let's move ahead. Tech Mahindra is a business to business company. That is, it provides IT services and consulting to do another business clients. Currently, Tech Mahindra has around more than 1.25 lakh employees, which are serving in 90 countries, and they have around more than 950 clients. If you look at the revenue distribution of the company, around 48% revenue comes from only from America, and 3/4 of revenues comes from America and Europe. That is a major revenue. If you look at the business areas from which company is getting the revenue, Tech Mahindra is getting 41.7% revenue only from communication sector. If you checked our other videos on IT sectors of Infosys, TCS, HCL or Wipro, the dominant business area which all other companies have is the BFSI, that is banking and financial services sector. But Tech Mahindra has a communications as their strength business area. This will give them three business advantage ahead. One, they are getting a competitive edge. All others are competing in banking financial services, whereas Tech Mahindra has edge in the communication sector. Second is the COVID-19 impact. Due to COVID-19 impact, over the world, banking and financial services sector has been affected. This will tend to decrease their spending on IT services, whereas the communication sector is booming due to this COVID-19 crisis. Third is the upcoming technology revolutions in the communication sectors. Upcoming technologies or emerging technologies, I would say, like 5G and IoT would definitely give advantage for Tech Mahindra over its peer. Let's look at the business segments of the company. Network services. This is the dominant factor because here we'll have IoT and 5G, and because company has a dominance in the communication sector, so network services important for the company. In the IT, they provide IT consulting for their business clients, digital marketing and customer experience. For example, the IRCTC website, the previous website of IRCTC to the current website, they have changed the website in such a way that we have a good customer experience and ease of navigation. So company helps their customers in these journeys. Platforms, that is having a single platform where their business clients can easily uh, do things, their IT things, and will increase their efficiency. The upcoming thing is the platform as a service, which helps in the cloud computing. The another emerging thing, that is cloud computing. In simple words, for platform as a service, their customers don't have to take care of all the maintenance hassle. It is all handled as a service by Tech Mahindra. So all the infrastructure would be handled by the cloud. It brings ease for the business. Another business segment is the business process service. That is converting business process or the legacy business process into a digital journey. For example, Paytm. Earlier we were giving cash, we were withdrawing from ATM, giving cash, standing in queues and paying our bills. Now all this is possible easily with Paytm. So Tech Mahindra helps their clients into making a digital journey for the business. Other is engineering services. Help with the help of technology and softwares, this helps reduce cost for engineers as they don't have to spend on the physical prototypes every time they build. This helps in having models, simulations in the softwares, which will reduce their cost or customers' cost. These are the 6 business segments for Tech Mahindra. For 2021, they have a 3-4-3 strategy. 3 mega trends, that is IoT, the intelligent devices, new technologies such as 5G, and the consumption, exponential consumption, that is scale at which people will start using the online. Then 4 big bets. Their their big bets are the experience, enhancing the customer experience, business. If the business change for their clients, how easily can they adopt to that and bring technology solutions to them. Third is the platforms, the scale at which the business clients are performing. If their customer base is increasing, how easily can Tech Mahindra adopt to that. And the infrastructure, that is the technology in the infrastructure. Slowly we are moving to the cloud, and how easily Tech Mahindra can adopt it for their customers. They have 3 objectives: to be better, to change faster. If you are in IT, then definitely the one who can adopt the change is the winner. And the third is to grow greater. Due to COVID-19, the company expects that there would be acceleration of AI ops, that is technologies like artificial intelligence used for IT operations and cyber security. Basically, they also think that healthcare will see a tremendous rise, that is in the remote health monitoring segment. If we look at the shareholding pattern, currently approximately 36% is held by promoters of Tech Mahindra, 53% is held by foreign institutional investors and domestic institutional investors, and only 11.4% is held by public. If we look at the balance sheet metrics, that is, we are looking at the reserves and the borrowings of the company reserves have grown at a compounded growth of 22.7%. That is a huge growth in reserves. For last 3 years, it has been less, that it is a 10%. This is expected because company is has as the company rises, it is difficult to grow for a company. The debt to equity ratio is approximately 0.1 or 0.14% or 0.14. The reserves for 2020 are 21,376 crores and the borrowing and the decent borrowings of 2,817 crores. If you look at the profit loss metrics, for the last 10 years, the revenues compounded at a growth of 23%. This is a huge growth. One major contribution was the merger and acquisition with Satyam in 2012. The net profit grew at a rate of 19%, which is also a huge growth. One also thing to look at is the expenses are also growing at a compound rate of 24.53%. Though this is not a problem at the scale, but this can lead to problems. For past 3 years, the compounded growth has been reduced drastically for revenues to 8.16% and the profit are growing at 12.87%. If you look at the expenses, they are around 85% of revenues and the net profit is at approximately 11% of the revenues for 2020. If you look at the expense breakdown for 2020, as for other IT service companies as well, 57.3% of expense comes only from employee benefits, that is their salary and their related expenses. Around 16.6% expense come from the subcontractors which they hire and 7% expense comes from the softwares. These are the major expenses for the companies. If you look at the cash flow metrics, they are increasing from 2011 to 2020. They have been increasing, which is a good sign. So for the year 2020, the operating cash flow was 4,358 crores. The investing cash flow has been 1,081 crores. The financing cash flow has been negative 4,466 crores. In all, the net cash flow was positive, that is 974 crores. If you look at the graph, there has been an increasing for last 3-4 years. The financing cash flow has been greater. This is because their companies paying dividends. Also, we can see that companies investing the money which they are earning, they are not keeping it as a cash. So definitely that will also lead to the increase in the company value slowly. If we look at the competition analysis, Tech Mahindra stands fifth. The first four companies are TCS, Infosys, HCL and Wipro. The market cap of Tech Mahindra is 66,000 crores as of 31st July 2020 and the P ratio of 16. So industry average P ratio is 16 and Tech Mahindra is trading at a fair value. So this is our analysis about Tech Mahindra. As we saw from our video, the future growth potential and the current fair value at which it is available, this is definitely attractive. If you look at what's happening currently in the markets have given a tremendous response for Infosys. But from our analysis, we also see that how Tech Mahindra has advantage in future. So definitely Tech Mahindra is a good stock. That's from our side. Thank you. Do like, share and subscribe our channel and let us know what you feel, how the analysis was in our comments. If you want analysis on a particular stock, do let